My name is Ashwini Gokte and I'm from Pune, Maharashtra.
And my name is Lakshmi Sriraman and I'm from a southern state called Tamil Nadu, and the place is called Chennai, from India.
We're dressed in a sari. As you can see, it's a very intricate piece of weaving, and it's a 5-yard cloth, and we dress it around us in a certain way. And I think, Lakshmi, it's a different ways we can wear it in a different part of country, right?
Different states, different communities, they have specific way of draping around themselves. Some of it is functional, like for instance, if you're a farmer and you need to be in the field forever, they would drape it in such a way that they surely wouldn't go this way.
Absolutely.
They would be all covered in mud and, so they would drape it in a different way.
More comfortable way.
Exactly, more comfortable. But if it's a wedding, it is more ceremonial, it would be a different kind of a draping. There are 7 kinds of classical dances in India, and they all stem from what can be called as, for lack of a better word, a Bible of art form. It's called Natya Shastra. Natya means dance or drama,
or acting.
Shastra, yes. Yeah. And Shastra means the science of. And all these different dance forms stem out of that and have their own unique form. Yeah. And it is a very ancient dance form, and it's a highly stylized dance form, all of these. And they have been standing on their own for centuries, absorbing and integrating different influences from all over the world, basically. And it is like a language.
And they follow certain protocols written by Bharata Muni, who wrote the Grantha called Natya Shastra. There are protocols to dancing, acting on the stage. And all these years, they have been so perfect. We still follow them, but they can be treated in a different century very well.